to culture and do what it needs to do inside of that internal body temperature of 98.6, and some rest, 5 to 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Let it get in there and culture and colonize and build up, and you'll go through a couple bottles. If you take it with meals, you're going to be buying bottles every single month. And good quality probiotics, they're not cheap.
Right.
They're not cheap. So it is something that you want to get that good bacteria colonized and built up as quickly as you can. Do that for a couple of months. Do it for a couple of months once a year.
Oh, that would be a good idea, just as a preventative maintenance deal.
Exactly.
Make sure. Yeah, great idea.
There's the Proactizymes. Proactizymes are used in the digestive process to, it not only breaks down the food and improves digestion, but it provides a plant-sourced enzyme. So kind of like what I said with, we don't really want people that are under 35 using measurable enzymes unless you've battled and overcome a degenerative disease. Otherwise, this Proactizyme is a really good plant-sourced base digestive aid that has, the protease and the amylase in it. There's lipase that breaks down fat. Amylase breaks down the carbohydrates. There's a lot of different, enzymes and foods in this. There's red beetroot, there's caraway, there's dandelion. And dandelion and milk thistle, those are what makes that good in a digestive aid. The dandelion it's one of those bitters that's very, very good for the liver. And the liver, even though if you don't have your gallbladder, the liver is still responsible for the bile salts. So that's a way to get dandelion and milk thistle really help the liver on the releasing of the bile salts. Food enzymes, that is a wonderful product. It is a measurable enzyme. One capsule will break down 30 grams of protein, 30 grams of carbohydrates, and 20 grams of fat.
Wow.
It's quite a bit. And there is the hydrochloric acid in that. There's also there's bile salts in it as well. And there's pancreatin enzyme. So, when you do these things and take enzymes, it helps to give the digestive organs a break, time to relax.
Right.
Let's see here. Another one is the Protease Plus. Now, Protease Plus, I use that with people who have problems with cancer, because cancer can hide itself in a protein shield. It kind of maneuvers its way throughout the body until, you don't feel good, but nobody's diagnosed anything, and then you finally get it diagnosed when everything's overwhelming. Well, that's because the cancer cell has hid itself in a protein, and it's meandered and moved throughout the body, and it's metastasized, and it's moved, and now it's here, and now it's there, and now it's everywhere. So protease, what that does is that breaks down that protein shield so that the immune system identifies it for what it is. It also, the things that are in this product help with activating the macrophage and the natural killer cells, the NK cells, from the immune system, which are all components that are needed in the process of overcoming cancer. Stomach Comfort is a product that is a chewable tablet. It's good for children. It's good for the people who want to reach for the Tums all the time. This is a good natural one, Stomach Comfort. So it supports the digestive system, and It helps to neutralize those acids in the stomach, and the acids that make their way back up into the esophagus, the GERDs, the acid reflux. It soothes the stomach, and it supports proper digestion. The combination of this, it pH balances the digestive tract as well. So it really helps to buffer, an acid environment. There's slippery elm in that, and slippery elm comes from the bark of the slippery elm tree. It's very soothing, and it's excellent for soothing irritations in the stomach or the stomach wall or the esophagus. Slippery elm is very good in healing any of those irritations that can take place due to the acid coming back up and eroding that delicate tissue around the bottom of the esophagus. So it is an excellent product that supports healthy digestive functions, and it's also something that can be used with children. The little ones that complain about their stomach bothering them. That it'll also help them as well. Some of the things for the digestive tract from a nutrient standpoint.
8 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right, just checking the time here. We're getting down to the end of the show here. The small intestines, to clean the small intestines out, we end up with problems in the small intestine, colitis, Crohn's disease, the beginnings of the celiac disease from the inability to break down gluten. There's a product called marshmallow and pepsin. And that marshmallow and pepsin, if you deal with colitis or diverticulitis, open and empty that into 2 capsules into a couple tablespoons of applesauce. And what that does is that pepsin is sticky. And so as food and everything comes through, what that does is it sticks to that pepsin and pulls things out of there. And the marshmallow is like slippery elm. It's very soothing. It's like Jell-O gloves. It's a mucilagenic herb, so it's very nourishing and it's very soothing. The stomach is a sodium organ, and the best type of any type of natural occurring sodium, one of the best herbs that comes to mind is dandelion. Dandelion balances the sodium and the potassium that is within the cell. And we need sodium as a catalyst. It's like a spark. It's what triggers the firing within that cell is the sodium. So table salt, we do not use. I don't even use sea salt. I use the pink Himalayan salt, and I use that with anything at all that's prepared in my kitchen is the pink Himalayan salt. So in order for good oral hygiene, we need vitamin A, we need the Bs, we need vitamin C and D. Phosphorus, silicon helps with strong teeth. Black walnut is high in natural fluorine. It's also high in iodine, so it's very good for bone strength and density. It's also good for balancing the thyroid. Silver gel and cloves. Cloves is one of the strongest antioxidants. One drop has an ORAC value of 1.2 million. So it's not even in the same league with our berries and mangosteen and all of the different antioxidant fruits and berries, the 1 drop of oregano oil, 1.2 on the Aurochs scale. That's pretty amazing. But it's also used for antibacterial and antiviral. So problems, sores in the mouth, toothaches, along with that silver gel. Ginger and myrrh are also extremely important for the health and care of the mouth, the tongue, the teeth, the acute and chronic systems with the stomach. Fenugreek tea is really good for a lot of mucus to liquefy that and carry that out of the body. Raspberry is extremely good for the digestive tract as well, especially a lot of nausea. Raspberry, alfalfa balances the pH. Let's see, what else do we have here? We talked about the gastro health. FV is the formula is very good for nausea. Then there is for the pancreas, in order to bring that into balance, and we'll get more into the pancreas in the when I go through the glandular system. But some of the things that are very good is the sugar reg formula, a product called PBS, which is like Paul Boy Sam, PBS, wonderful for balancing out the blood sugar. Pro-pancreas is another one. The liver, I mentioned the dandelion and milk thistle. They stimulate the bile salts to be released from the liver. Lemon water, hot lemon water in the morning. It's a very, very good way to clean the whole digestive tract and get rid of, kind of the stagnation of the metabolic waste breakdown that occurs, when you're resting and sleeping. And the body does the greatest amount of healing when we rest. That's why it's always really important that if somebody's in the hospital, don't drag along too many people to visit them. If the patient doesn't get to rest, they don't really go home feeling very rested. So those are some things. Milk thistle and dandelion are probably two of the biggest friends that the liver has. And the gallbladder, we talked about the gallbladder formula. High lipase. If you lose your gallbladder and that's got to be removed, you're going to be living on high lipase. That breaks that fat down. So next week we'll go through the elimination system. That's the large intestine. And talk with you about the lymphatic system in the lungs because they are also part of the elimination system in the skin as well. So you all have a great week, and I'll be back next week. Thank you for listening to Kingdom of Healing, and this is Kimberly Mateo, and you can access the website for nutritional supplements at kingdomofhealing.com or the essential oils at herbalmedicinedr.com.
And for our iHeart listeners, please follow us over on Spreaker.com, and that's www.spreaker.com. Archive shows. And for our website listeners, please come on over to Spreaker.com yourselves, or iHeart listeners, you can go to our website, moth229.com, and listen to our shows 24 hours a day. So, I guess we'll see you guys next week.
Okay.
Stay
Take
well.
care. God bless.